one gets very easily relate to you.
Wow, that's my ultimate goal, and I'm so glad to hear this thing. Thank you so much, Alka.
You really immerse yourself in the script and the story, and that
maybe because I really want to bring out life in front of you. Maybe I want to share my life experiences in front of you. Maybe there is a certain sense of sincerity out there, clubbed with this insatiable hunger that, I really want to bring out what I feel about life, what I feel about issues, what I feel about society, what I feel about things that need to be shared with each other.
Vikrant, while reading about you, I realized that you entered the industry when you were 17 and now you are 34. So which means half of your life you have spent in the entertainment industry. So
Yes.
how do you sum up your life as an actor so far?
So far, I've never actually sat back and thought about it, because I always feel that I've just begun to be able to live the life you always dreamed. I think very few get the opportunity, and I would want to consider myself blessed in that case. Eternally indebted to the audiences who've continued watching me from television to films and now on the OTT platforms. They are still there with me. They are rooting for me, and I would not be even an inch of what I am today without them. It's been good so far, but I've just begun. There's so much that I have to do. I'm just 34. Very early in my life, I think it was my school teachers, my principals, my parents, and my extended family. They sort of recognized this particular quality in me. And at that time, you're really not going out and about acting. All you're interested in is, sort of mimicking people, dancing, being enamored by films in front of television sets. So they sort of really, groomed me that way at a very early age. It definitely was something that came from within me, which they recognized, and I wouldn't have chosen any other life if you ask me.
I don't know if you think like I think right now about your character in Haseen Dillruba, the character of Rishu, but I thought in some ways playing the character of Rishu was an extension of playing Shutu, in the sense Shutu was a kind of exploration of masculinity, and it questioned the idea of masculinity. Here also in the character of Rishu goes through various stages that a man goes through, a gamut of emotions and changes. How do you look at Rishu?
You've got it bang on. And it is so heartening to hear this thing, that, both the films somewhere down the line are subliminally, putting out their points of views about toxic masculinity. Whereas A Death in the Guns was outrightly about this thing, about mental health, about how unintentionally or intentionally we end up affecting someone's emotional health and mental health. Whereas here, through Kanika, who's a woman in this case, through her gaze or through a woman's gaze, we get to understand what men also go through, because there is a set pattern, or there's a set prism through which men are also supposed to be a certain way. And that's really toxic, and hence we call it toxic masculinity. My take is the same. I think a lot of men, and I'm absolutely sure that I at some point in my life did go through this thing, because I was expected to be a certain way. Men are expected to not cry. Men are expected to be the byproduct of patriarchy that we've seen in our society from our forefathers. But a lot is changing now. There's a lot more social commentary happening. There's a lot more awareness today, and I want to participate in it through my work. And it was an extension of Shutu in some ways, yes. If in an alternate universe, if I am to say, if Shutu's ghost comes back to take revenge, I think he would do similar things. He would probably slip in a paper soap under someone's feet and probably see them tumble down the stairs and rejoice at the fact that okay, I've gotten back at you.
What was the preparation like for the role of Rishu? Because Rishu also keeps changing. He's not the same person that we see at the beginning.
There is a definite blueprint, which is the script in this case. You are allowed to roam freely, but within those parameters, within that structure which is hardwired out there for you. Haseen Dillruba as a script was so clear cut. Even as a layman, you could read and understand what needs to be done if you have to just pick up a camera and shoot. Kanika is very precise that way. And for Vinil to complement it with the world he saw in his head into, what you finally see on your screens, I think there was massive trust in both these guys. I've worked with Vinil before. I've heard a lot about Kanika, and it was really easy for me to surrender to them. So a lot of it that you see right now on screen was actually laid bare for all of us. There are different moods, different days, but the idea is to be present there and then, and come true to what is expected of you.
Looking at your filmography, almost all the things that you have done so far, you have worked with really amazing co-actors. So is there a process where you play off each other or collaborate?
Yeah, the word collaboration itself speaks about the fact that that it's about people coming together for a common cause. A lot of what actors do, you really no actor, no director, or in short, nobody out there can go out there and do something all by themselves. You really need to, we are hardwired that way. Humans are somewhere down the line, directly or indirectly, interdependent on each other. But as actors, definitely for you to respond to something, you need someone. And I just cannot end up doing all the things that I've done all by myself. I am lucky. I have never been privy to the casting process. I really don't want to venture into areas I'm unfamiliar with, or I really don't want to get into those zones. I would rather focus on what I do. But I end up working with the best of co-actors. So I would say it's a lot has to do because of the producers and the writers who've seen me with such stellar talent alongside. And the credit goes to the directors also. I've been very fortunate to have worked with some of the best directors too, so early in my career, and I couldn't have asked for anything more.
How do you go about selecting your work? Because you do a lot of web work, web series and movies, and from what it looks like, your calendar seems to be pretty chock-a-block.
I'm very, very young in my career. And there is a lot that I have to do. There is so much that I really want to do. And some days it seems 24 hours a day and one life would not be sufficient. So I try tapping into areas that challenge me, venture out of my comfort zone and do something that really pushes me and, breaks the monotony or sort of, completely shatters the redundancy that's creeped in within me or complacency that's creeped in within me. And there are some things that you do, for pragmatic reasons. There are some things you end up doing just because this is a story that I really want to be a part of. I really don't care how much I'm paid for it, but I really want to be a part of it. So it keeps changing from time to time. And yeah, so as an actor, I really want to go out there, play very different characters, tell different stories, entertain you, make money, travel the world, enjoy life, and leave behind something worthwhile.
If you have to choose a few roles that have kind of left an impact on you, which ones would you pick?
There is always something that you carry back with you. You really cannot disconnect yourself after you've invested so much of time and energy, and that's a part of your life archive. But something that really stayed with me was Shuntu. He will always stay with me. If Shuntu and I could talk, I think we would be the best of friends. There is so much that I took back with me. There is so much that I shed too, just because I played this part. I was very shy. I was very reserved. I was very, very sensitive. But then I think this film has also at the same time helped me shed a lot of things which were nothing but excess baggage.